Hi everyone, we're back. Op Eagle Field Team Update, and just want to say hi to everyone and give everyone a moment to join us. We just started. Ross isn't here yet, and Chris has a few things to say about Ross, but you can see most of the full gang is here today, and to my, at least, happiness and joy, I have this working in landscape mode, so you can see more than one person at a time.
Hey, my phone does that. I didn't know.
We just realized
push buttons.
We just realized that the phone had these capabilities. Thank you, Ed Higgins. Shout out to Ed Higgins for fixing our phone so we can actually go in landscape mode now. Especially.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
What up, Ed?
All right, so shall we start off with just introductions again? We've got a few people. Hey, Kelly's online. Everyone say hi to Kelly.
Hey, Kelly. How you doing?
All right, I'm going to start here with Anthony. Anthony, you want to remind the folks who you are, even though you're our most famous water protector?
I am not famous. More like infamous. I'm Anthony, Rhino. How y'all doing today? Long week already, and we're out there getting our hands dirty, having fun, watching things grow.
Watching things grow. Anthony is our master mower. But we're threatening him if he breaks the mower one more time, he's going to have to fix it himself.
Come on, I mow like 3 football fields a day.
Push.
Oh,
He's walking.
no, even I'm not cruel enough to give Anthony the push mower. But...
I am.
Come out there one day with me.
I will. I'll push along. I'll push right alongside. Because if I do that, I'll
We'll get both mowers fixed and we'll see who'll break down first.
Well, thank you, Anthony. And hiding over here in the corner, we have Greg joining us the first time. We love Greg. Greg, say hi. Hi, Greg.
Hi, y'all. I'm Greg.
I'm more excited about Greg than Greg is. That's unfortunate.
Me too. I'm really happy to have him because the man puts in some good work.
He does. He puts in some
Exercise
great work.
and humility. It's wonderful.
Well,
Great example.
I think Greg is one of those people who's going to be always in my favorite category because he's super humble. He gets stuck in on the work, but he's also super smart and follows the current culture and media quite a bit. So he's great to have a conversation with as well. Thank you, Greg, for being here tonight.
Oh,
And then we have a couple familiar faces. Sean, would you like to go before Chris so he doesn't jump in and talk all over you?
Hi y'all, I'm Sean. Working on sustainability here, energy security, water security, and food security. And we have this week already, we've got the gardens, the 34 raised beds at the homeless shelter planted, and things are going well there. And we started planting full out in the field, in our field today.
Awesome.
Beds at the homeless shelter.
Oh,
I
Anthony.
was just sharing the video.
No
I'm
phones during the
sorry.
live feed.
I was sharing.
Awesome. So yeah, Sean, we're going to talk about that. It's been a busy week down at the field and the homeless shelter for you guys, so I'm excited to hear more about that. I'm sure everyone is going to be excited. Plants and animals tends to be one of our hottest topics with our gang here. And Anthony, thank you for sharing the video out. And those of you who are watching, if you can help us out and share this video out to your networks
No
as well
phones
too.
at the table.
No, you can do it for this.
That's what I'm doing.
Share this video
That's
out
exactly
too
what
so
I'm
we can
doing.
let more people know about the stuff that we're doing here in Op Eagle in South Dakota. Donnie, let's flip over to you.
Donnie.
Hi.
Dynamite Donnie.
Donnie, we missed you last week on the Facebook Live, so can you just remind folks what you're doing, who you are, and what some of the stuff you've been working on?
I think I'm general labor. I seem to work on a lot of things.
It's true, but you also happen to be taking a special little detour into teaching, I think, so you can share that with them as well.
Yes, that's continuing. We actually have another vet that's going to be joining, and he's getting the process going of the background check right now.
Awesome.
And I think there's going to be a hiccup with it because the background check's going to take 4 to 6 weeks, and summer school starts June 5th.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that should be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope we can work something out with that. But
Come on
any
in,
of
Rob.
you other teachers who may be online and are looking for something really fun to do this summer, there are some fantastic children here who could definitely use your support. So thank you, Donnie, for being here and for pushing us into investigating that further, because I think it's a great aspect of what we do.
Yeah.
And then we haven't seen Brian since the first live feed, so let's get Brian back on camera. camera. Hey there, Brian. Want to shout out to everyone?
Hi everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Just got back in yesterday. Gonna start in on fundraising probably tomorrow night or the next night, and gonna jump in and start working with Ross every day during the day. So busy times.
Busy times, busy times. Welcome back, Brian. We're happy that you're here. And even though he was late, he's still got the most comfortable chair, Mr. Ross. I want to say hi to everyone.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
Who are you?
Who am I? I have no idea. I'm Ross, everybody. So, what else do you want me to tell him? I'm just a bald-headed guy.
He's just a bald-headed guy. Ross is our powerhouse who's helping to motivate and move people out the door and get them focused on projects and coordinate a lot of stuff that we're doing. So thank you, Ross.
You're welcome.
So guys, we had a pretty hectic, busy week with lots of different stuff going on. I put out in the update that we're going to talk about Memorial Day yesterday and what we did and how we were able to sort of partner with some of the local vet groups. But I also think there's some great info to share about the planting that's gone on at the homeless shelter in the field. And we also had, hey Anna, good to see you. Hey Melissa, hey Tracy, hey Ivy, hey everyone who's on board.
Ivy, Melissa, Tracy, Anna, Kelly from earlier.
But we also, you guys probably saw the article that came out in the Intercept last week, and we were able to sort of start the dialogue with the Intercept team writing the subsequent articles, and we're going to be talking more to them. Some really interesting stuff coming out. Apparently, we're big stars from November through March in the Tiger Swan documents. No big surprises there.
Hi, Tiger Swan.
Hi, Tiger Swan. And that's pretty much our reaction to Tiger Swan. They don't scare us, and we'll talk to you a little bit about why. But throw in questions as we go. Ask us things. We're an open book here in Eagle Butte. Hey, Tom. Good to see you.
Hey, Colonel Reese, Tiger Swan, your quiet professionals are neither.
Chris, we forgot to reintroduce you to the group. Chris, who are you? What do you do?
I'm Chris. I keep an eye on the bald guy.
You're not doing your job very good.
I'm doing it very well.
Did you pull him out of the river right here?
Let's just
Must
move
we
along.
go there?
You're awfully quiet suddenly, Chris.
Let's just move along. Let's start with the good stuff. What did we do yesterday, guys?
We participated in Memorial Day activities with some of the veterans groups on the reservation. We traveled to somewhere around 25 different cemeteries across the res that had veterans buried there to render military honors and express our gratitude. It's a long day. It's about 15 and a half hours from beginning to end. But the response was pretty incredible. I've been a part of Memorial Day activities, and when I was on active duty and as a veteran in the past, but nothing quite like what the culture is here. Everyone tried to feed us. There were at nearly every cemetery that we stopped at, there were family members that are waiting, and they all prepared feasts for us out of gratitude.
What was the ceremony? Maybe you can share with the group a little bit about what the ceremony itself was. And it was replicated at each cemetery that we visited.
It's I hate to give away the trade secret, but it's a quick ceremony out of the in this case it was the American Legion Officers Handbook for different things that you can do for the different, as they call it, patriotic holidays.
Yeah.
So it's a short statement, a message from the chaplain, and then the rendering of honors by the firing of the volleys.
Which means what?
Well, the 21 is a significant number in the military. You have 21 gun salutes. If you have any knowledge of the Honor Guard, the 3rd Regiment, that's at Arlington. With the Tomb of the Unknown, every action is subdivided into 21 counts. So as that guard, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, including blizzards, tornadoes, hurricanes, no matter what, they're out there every hour doing their duty. But each movement, as they go from one end to the next and execute their about face, it's all in 21, 21, 21. And ideally, with military funeral honors, it's 3 volleys of 7 guns, or in this case, rifles. Unfortunately, we didn't have the manpower for that, so we were down a couple, but we did the 3 volleys. We got to go out and shoot blanks and then give old rifles back that we didn't have to clean. So we got to win. We got to win out of that.
So all of you participated. There are 3 veterans groups that go around the reservation every year and conduct these ceremonies in roughly 50 cemeteries across the reservation. This year, 2 of the 3, Legion 308 and the Akichita group combined, and that was the group that we partnered with and followed. But it wasn't just that we were there observing. Our guys were all participating, and we captured a lot of video and a lot of pictures, 392 to be exact, according to my GoPro. So I'm going to take a little while this evening editing things, but we will get some more out to you. There are a couple posts that we did actually yesterday, but we want you to see and experience sort of what it was. It was very moving.
Very touching, very heartfelt. I don't know, almost kind of, I don't want to say a sorrow feeling, but
Solemn.
That's a solemn feeling. One thing I did notice, though, that's kind of important to me is that some of these people are just missing headstones. That's a big thing, too. If we can get something going to get these people recognition for their headstones, man, it'd be great. And a lot of the families, too, mentioned a lot of people missing headstones, or how many were in that cemetery site that were missing headstones.
Yeah.
So
There were, I took a lot of pictures that we'll share out of the unmarked graves, and it was easier to find them yesterday because they had the flags planted on them, and they were decorated for Memorial Day. These families care about these graves. It's just the process that they're running into with the VA and not necessarily having the necessary DD-214 forms handy has really slowed it down to the point where they just can't move forward.
That and the distance required to travel from some of the cemeteries to where the markers would be shipped, and then the manpower and equipment to actually have them placed. That's the shortage. There's just not enough people to do it. So as we can, we want to help address that while we're here.
Yeah, and that's our Veteran Cemetery Support Project. The getting, even folks, I took a lot of pictures of World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam vets. I even found a Spanish-American War vet. There are tombstones out there, but even the ones that have markers are so decapitated. Half of them are falling over. They probably weren't installed properly, and the graves themselves are a bit of a mess. So in addition to helping these families navigate the VA process to get the stones, we'll be working with local artisans to install the stones and see if we can find some sustaining way for maintenance to happen at these cemeteries as well. Laura Churchill writes in, "Hi, Dad, and everyone else." That's why I'm trying to get Brian in the shot as much for you, Laura. And Melissa Bear's son is active duty Air Force, and he's been on honor guard duty, and he's done 6-week deployments several times over the last 7 years. He was a flag bearer, so Melissa's probably very familiar with the ceremony type of activities that we had yesterday. And she's the daughter of a deceased Vietnam Army vet. Melissa, the Vietnam vets are my favorite, and she thanks us all for continuing the service. And you're welcome, Laura. I'm trying to keep him in the shot as much as possible. But yesterday we also had a new artist sort of spring up to us. They're unfortunately with the group, even with the mixed group of the Veteran Service Corps team and the Akichita Veterans Group and the Legion 308, we were still missing a bugler. So Donnie stepped up and amazingly, perfectly bugled taps 25 times yesterday. And
skipped a couple times.
Over 30.
We had a glitch in the matrix.
But we have a shout out from Austin Red Dog. Biochar!
Austin! Where's the tea at?
Where's
the tea? The tea, Austin? You
Yeah, brother. You said you were coming. Where is it?
But Austin says, biochar, you guys are okay.
Come on, brother.
He said we're okay in his book. Just kidding. Awesome job, Cabu, Tabasco,
Jeez.
Rhino Lando. I better stop. Lol. Glad you guys are here. Wolipila and something I can't pronounce. But Austin, man, you are like our favorite person on the res next to Leon Red Dog. So we're so happy you're part of our team. Donnie is a total star. Tom McCullough is the treasurer for Veteran Service Corps. He's chatting in the chat here right now. We just got a $1,000 donation on PayPal. He didn't say by who, but I want to thank whoever that was. That goes a long way. Thank you so much. You guys are total stars. And thank you so much for all of you who've shared out our campaigns and are following this journey with us and donating what you can when you can. We are sort of broke all the time, but every time we get some money, we purpose it in a way that we think is beneficial to the community. So everything you're doing for us, we're doing for them. Thank you. Thank you.
We get stuff done even when we're broke.
Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that, man.
Or even when things get broke. Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Good point.
All right, leave it alone. We're no longer talking about broken mowers.
Something's gonna happen. man.
Anthony, for everyone's safety, we're no longer talking about broken mowers. So how long did it take us to get to these 25 cemeteries yesterday and get fed along the way almost everywhere? I've never eaten so much food in my life.
Till dawn.
Yes.
15 and a half hours.
300 some miles.
Yeah.
Together, all together, somewhere around 340 miles.
340 miles,
Yeah.
15 hours, and Donnie flawlessly
loved it.
playing the bugle the entire time.
Not that part. I love the ceremonies. It was very meaningful. Heartfelt would have been the word I thought of also.
Yeah.
It was really nice to be able to share it with the families that cared so much.
And we're excited to share it with you guys too. I promise I'll get something edited and out there on video for you, even if it's at midnight tonight. You should have it in your streams tomorrow. We want you to share this experience with us, and I'm going to get better at video editing.
It was beautiful seeing generations of descendants, come out. Not to the veterans, of course, but also to their other family members. To see that many different generations, from the very old to the very young, coming out to pay respect to folks who, in many cases, have been dead for decades.
Yeah. I was excited to find a female World War I Air Corps vet. No, it was World War I. Was it two? Sorry, my bad. Yesterday, and I do want to remind folks, when we're talking about the vets in this community, we're talking about the whole community. I meet a lot of female vets, and they're pretty badass. Here, Navy and Marines seem to be the primary areas where most of the female vets I've met so far have come from, but amazing community of service-minded people. It's really touching, and yesterday was a great experience, I think, for all of us who were able to participate. But also this week we've had some other stuff go on. So I want to let Sean and Anthony and everyone Donnie, who's been helping out down at the homeless shelter. You guys had Greg, I'm sorry, I don't see him, so I miss him there. Greg. But they had a big grand opening on Sunday, and you guys was it Monday? Oh, sorry, it was on Memorial Day. My bad. But you guys were still out planting in the field as well today, on the other location. So, you guys want to share a little bit about what's been going on down at the homeless shelter in the field?
Yeah, everyone participated on Monday. We got the beds planted, and in the process of that, it was really interesting. Many people came and stopped, and actually came in, and there were, in the afternoon, there were quite a few that even helped us for a while. So it's already having the desired effect of getting people interested and involved.
It was really cool. We had some elderly people asking how much we would charge to build them some garden boxes. I gave them our number, and I told them, I said, don't quote me on it. Talk with them first, but I don't think we'll charge.
Yeah, no, our
If we have materials and the means, we'll do it.
Yeah, our only limitation is sort of the funding to purchase the materials. In some instances, we're working with the tribe right now to have a situation where they provide materials and we do the manpower. In other instances, we can find the donations to make it happen. But we're in a position right now where we want to just give to the community and to help people. I understand some lawns were mowed today for a donation to the cause. So, you know, little things like this can help us. And with that money, I then went and bought vegetables that Ross took over to the powwow ground. So the ecosystem works in a way that is very sort of balanced and sort of community focused. So yeah, that's great. I think you told them the right things, Anthony, and we'll of course build them, and if we can pay for them, of course we'll pay for them as well too.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we're out there, onions, peppers, bell peppers, chilies,
Tomatoes,
corn, tomatoes,
squash.
zucchini, cucumbers.
Eggplant. Was there eggplant?
No eggplant yet.
Me and my people disavow you right now.
There's turnips. There is.
There's eggplant in the bed outside.
What else did we plant today, Miss Donnie?
I don't. I
Beets.
think you
Oh,
covered it.
there's a ton of beets in that field now.
Yeah, so let's talk about the field. We've talked about the
field?
homeless shelter, but what is the field, Sean?
The field was recently granted to us just a few weeks ago. Actually, I think it's been less than 3 technically. And it belongs to the Elderly Nutrition Center, which serves lunch every day of the work week. And what we're doing is growing stuff for them and growing stuff for us to be able to support ourselves, sustain ourselves, and to give the elderly here, the elders, the fruits and vegetables that they really crave, that they really want, but they just can't get. They're just a lot of it's not available to them here.
Awesome. And was that field in use previously, Sean, or to do anything? Or?
I was told by the head of the elderly center that it was planted last June, and worked on it for about a month, and that was it. So they never kept up with it, and no one ever came back, and so she was a little disappointed. So when we came along, and I asked her, how she felt about us doing that, and obviously we grow things for her, she was really super happy.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I noticed there's also some fruit trees in the back there that I don't think we planted, but are those indigenous fruit trees?
They're choke cherry trees, and there's a really interesting story that comes along with that. Just found out today. Met the woman from the South Dakota State University Agricultural Extension who planted those last year and also installed an irrigation system. It wasn't completed, but she saw that someone is actually taking over the field this year, and so she stopped today to find out who and what and why. And so we got to talking for a while, and she told me that they still have money in that grant that she did for that, and she is really more than happy to help us with getting that field irrigated, which is something really neat.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
That would be amazing.
As we were touring the cemeteries and the reservation yesterday, I also made note of all of the choke cherry bushes that were wild
awesome.
growing around, because as those things ripen, I'm going out with some bags. We just had, okay, I'm going to break here for a minute. Edna, you want to get on video? We just had, okay. This is Miss Edna Thompson, one of our most favorite people, who just brought Ross homemade sweet rolls and one of the most beautiful posters I have ever seen.
For Cody. She's for
Cody,
Cody.
for her son.
Oh, wow.
This is the community that we live in, man. This is why we love helping and doing the work that we're doing here. Thank you so much, Edna.
Thank you, Miss Edna.
Beautiful to see you.
Thank you, Edna.
Bye, Miss
Bye,
Edna.
Edna.
All right, we had a surprise visit by
Hey,
Miss
you know,
Edna.
big boys like sweets too.
You're still on the list.
I'm on the list.
Miss Edna, you guys, there's a video of Miss Edna. She is a vet herself. She's a Marine vet, and she is also personally taken on the caretaking of Thunder Butte Cemetery and getting all the graves marked there. Was a huge inspiration to us as we launched this project, and has continued to be a huge help to us building relationships with the veteran community in this in this reservation. So nice little shout out from Miss Edna there.
And those sweet rolls taste like ice cream.
Oh my God, they're so good.
I wouldn't know.
I-
0. I hear about them.
If you're nice, Ross will share them with you, but I don't know.
I went to her house.
I gave you Girl Scout cookies. I had Girl Scout cookies sent from Seattle.
She said you're on the list. She didn't say where on the list, but you're on the list.
So, Sean, one more question. And first, I want to thank Henry and Heidi and everyone who's joined us. Kelly's giving us shout outs.
You see?
Look at those sweet rolls.
You see what I got to put up with?
These are no joke, people.
You see what I got to put up with?
Oh, those are even better than last.
Everybody loves me.
He didn't even let me smell them.
Well, Miss Edna's learning to make that particular sweet roll, and she said while she's still experimenting that Ross gets the benefits of her work. So hopefully she won't master that soon. But Henry from the UK, Heidi, Kelly, you guys all, thank you for sharing out the video. I keep getting alerts here that you guys keep sharing it. You guys are awesome. The P.O. Box address for our organization here, Kelly's asking,
I'll be happy to tell you that. It's a Veteran Service Corps, CORPS. It's P.O. Box 631 once. Eagle Butte, EAGLEBUTTE, South Dakota. Zip code is 57625. P.O. Box 631, 57625.
We accept sweet rolls and other sweet treats if you would like to send them to us.
I like sweets.
Chocolate.
Oh, somebody likes. Send me some chocolate too for my friend right now.
Oh, now I'm going to get something.
I got your back, brother.
Return address, farmers only.
We can't get through a single live feed without Ross's FarmersOnly.com soon-to-be profile being mentioned. Heidi's calling in, watching us from Southern Maine, and she's fighting right now to try and keep the tar sands from coming to Maine herself. So Heidi, thank
Keep
you
fighting.
for.
We're gonna help.
Keep fighting.
Whoa.
We're gonna help. We're developing how to
Don't
get the
away.
power back to the citizens,
Yeah.
and out of the power of the very rich at the very top.
So Chris, as president of Veteran Service Corps and field leader on this operation, do you want to talk a little bit about the press release from our Virginia team that went out this week and just tell the folks about it and what that means for us and for them?
Yes, there are two natural gas pipelines that are going through West Virginia, and North Carolina, and that's where I come
Atlantic
from.
Coast Pipeline
Atlantic
and
Coast
the
Pipeline
Meadow.
and the Mountain Valley
Mountain
Pipeline. They're talking about removing 38 miles of mountaintops to make way for this stuff. Of course, it's going through poorer communities. It's going through indigenous communities. People without power and without a voice, and it's Dominion Energy, who, as a native Virginian, I remember when we had an electric co-op up until about 1988, 1989, and now Dominion Energy is one of the, they're $1 billion industry, and they buy politicians because that's legal somehow now, and they're just going to stamp all over people's long-time homes, their own property rights, their own constitutional rights, and that just can't be.
And Melissa's fighting against that one as well too.
So we're standing up a Virginia chapter to take the fight to them and the expertise that we've had with being able to figure out what it takes to sustain resistant camps, to keep them eviction-proof, to keep them legal, and to protect constitutional rights. That just may well come in to be very, very handy. In the meantime, we have public opinion to weigh into. Is that Austin?
Mm-hmm. Our team's here.
Austin Red Dog. We are getting visitors galore tonight. Okay, Austin, now you got to say hi to the live feed.
Hi.
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
What'd you bring us, Austin?
Tea. Special tea.
What kind of tea?
Oh, now they're going to think there's drugs in it. What's in there, Austin?
It's a part of the mint family. We call it washdemna. Wape washdemna.
It's a calming tea.
It's a
And
calming tea.
And it grows here
Wild.
in the wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got it from Black Hills.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. Guys, we are like the luckiest people in the world. We have the best friends.
Thanks, Bulla.
As much as I could.
Okay.
Thanks, Bulla.
Good to see everybody.
Good to see you too.
And this is
Be at the field tomorrow?
Whoops. Whoops is never a good sound.
Well, I dropped the sage. Or no, the cedar.
Cedar.
Yeah, the cedar. Yeah, it's a mint tea. That's right, Melissa. That's exactly right. Melissa started off as a keyboard warrior for Standing Rock, and now she's moved on to help the Atlantic Coast Pipeline folks. So kudos, Melissa.
Bravo.
In addition to being the daughter of a vet and having a son who's in active duty, you are a pretty service-minded person yourself here.
Hey, Melissa, you may have seen the article that came out in the Intercept in the last several days about the Tiger Swan leaks. Tiger Swan was the private security company that was employed by Energy Transfer Partners in Standing Rock to do many things, to provide intelligence, real-time updates, to track people, to sway public opinion, and to protect the reputation of Energy Transfer Partners while painting all the water protectors to be violent jihadists.
Yeah.
Right out of the playbook of what Tiger Swan was previously doing overseas. So having that happen here, sad. We talked to the Intercept again today about the coming installments of the articles, where we're actually going to be pretty heavily. Whoa, Ross. Keeping an eye on you, bald man.
Hey, a lot of people are after today.
Is that a red dot on your forehead?
Probably.
But take this to heart from us dealing with infiltrators when we were making the movement to come here in December, to everything that we've done since. For guys who are claiming to come out of Delta Force, they are comically bad at their jobs. So don't let them threaten you. Don't let them bully you. Don't let them bullshit you. These guys are cowards. They're in it for the money. And we are on the right side of history. We are on the side of the people. We have the Constitution on our side. We're going to win. We're going to take it to them. Keep fighting.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Keep fighting. Keep holding your head high. I mean, it's not over.
No.
Don't think it's over.
It's nowhere near over.
Yeah.
Standing Rock was the beginning, perhaps, of getting the attention and the sort of support on a larger scale. But there is a much bigger fight to fight. Melissa's just typed in, Tiger Swan was just tasked to train the quote-unquote authorities in Lancaster, PA.
Wonderful! We know how to beat them already.
Yeah. Mark Amons. Hey, Mark, good
Mark.
to see you. You said they really were in terms
Yeah.
of sloppy and horrible, but they do have some decent gear. Mark was
Yeah.
part of our team in December and continues to support us now.
They've got money, but just again, Colonel Reese, your quiet professionals are neither of them. You're a fascist. And we're not going to let you keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the end of the story. And guys, so you know, those of us who were part of the December stand, Brian and I are going to have a little conversation here right now. So those of us who were part of organizing the December stand for Standing Rock, the takeaway that I took, there were many disruptors. Remember, our roster was open. There was no vetting process. It was like sign up and then we'll talk to you about logistics. We weren't an organization, we were a band of volunteers, and so getting into our organization and finding ways to disrupt wasn't a difficult thing to do. Despite that, Brian, would your assessment be that these are super professionals, super spies, or did we encounter slop?
They're very, very sloppy. They overplay their hand. It took us a little while to get them out of here, but it's because they operate in 5-man teams, and you want to get out all 5 at one time. You don't want to leave those lagging behind. As soon as we identified who the 5 were, that team was gone, and Eagle Butte ran like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, yeah.
Where every day was chaos.
Yeah. After a few changes of hands, Brian was our main leader here in Eagle Butte, and he's built a lot of the relationships, like with Miss Edna, that we have today. Tom's writing in, and I couldn't agree more. Money doesn't beat talent and purpose, and I think we have an amazing, talented, and purpose-driven team, both here and at home, supporting us, the entire operations organization.
And hey, Tom, you're right, because a lot of our people went through this very same training that these Tiger Swan people went.
Yeah.
And we have the moral authority and the moral high ground. You know, I mean, look at it. Their leak came from inside, so their own people don't like what their company is doing.
Yeah, and keep in mind, the volunteers who sign up with us, like yourself, Chris, like yourself, Sean, like yourself, Brian, and Ross, are people who are not interested in working for a Tiger Swan type organization, but were trained in the same way and are driven by a higher goal than a paycheck from week to week. A lot of our volunteers with radio frequency backgrounds have shared with us just how the blocking was done on the communications here, both for phones and for data. And we have the knowledge within our group. They were trained by the same companies that the Tiger Swan folks were trained by. So we have the knowledge and expertise within our network, and we now have the foresight and understanding to be here early and to get the infrastructure in place. So that's a lot of what Op Eagle is. We're having a great time supporting this community, building and growing with them. But the underlying reason that we're all here is we're not going to allow this to keep happening.
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
Ohio people, stand up for what's going on down there with the Wayne County Forest. Josh, keep fighting down there. I'll be back to help you here sometime soon, so I'll be there.
Brian, Heidi's writing in. She says, thank you for getting them out of there. Is there any advice for Melissa and the rest of us that you could give them for identifying and removing problems like this?
Yeah, generally what they try to do is they come in and they try to gain your trust. They come in, they know the entire history of whatever pipeline you're up against. If you're with a tribe, they're going to know that tribal history, and they're going to exploit that to gain the trust. Once they gain your trust, then they go for a point of power to where they can operate from and start gaining control. And once they gain control, then all they do is cause complete chaos, and they'll start pointing fingers at the people who began the entire operation to begin with, to try to get them out while bringing in more of their own people. Generally, the way that the teams work is you have one person who's the head of it. You'll have two people that they're going to try to get one of those in command. The other two are basically instigators who come in, and what they do is whatever the leaders are saying should be done, even though most people might say that it's wrong to begin with, they start going around in the crowd and start trying to change minds to basically get support for the bad ideas that are going to cause all the chaos.
Yeah.
And if you stand up against them, they're going to paint you as being Tiger Swan or DAPL or whatever the pipeline workers are, to try to get people suspicious of you, which pulls all the power to them.
Yeah. That's great advice, Brian. It's good to sort of have that perspective. Sean wants to add something, I can tell over here, so I'm going to let him.
People in Florida, a lot of what is going on and a lot of what we're doing here applies to you guys, and you know this because Florida Power and Light and Next Energy, their parent company, does exactly the same thing with the water in Florida and Lake Okeechobee in particular, and we've been fighting this for decades. And if you guys wake up and start getting active down there and doing what we're doing here, you can stop FPL too.
Yeah. And Ross, I've got Marita Perkins. She's a keyboard warrior who started for Standing Rock.
What's up?
But now she has taken on the Rover Pipeline in Ohio, another ETP project, and they are, again, monitoring Facebook accounts of locals and whatnot. It's the same story that they're going to try to repeat. If you guys remember, when we were getting ready to go to Standing Rock in December, all sorts of, these aren't real vets, they're paid mercenary. Oh, the North Dakota Vets Association doesn't agree with these vets. And all these bizarre news stories kept coming out. And I'll be honest with you, on the inside, we were laughing our butts off. We were like, man, we must be doing something right if we have them this scared. This billion-dollar company is scared of the $1 million that was raised. They're scared of a group of veterans coming in because they know how ill-equipped they are of people who are driven by a higher mission. So,
And they're just trying to make as much money as they can.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
do
Shout
whatever.
out to Louisiana, Paula and all you down there. They're getting ready to start up to try to battle the tail end of the Keystone XL. So be on the lookout if you have any support to run down there. It's setting up. So
Yeah.
Colorado, that's my hometown. You've always been big in it, man. I'm counting on you.
Yeah.
All right,
There
y'all
it is.
need to rise up.
We do. We do. We need to rise up. We need to resist, and we need to not be afraid. When we're afraid, then we separate from each other. When we're confident, then we band together, and that's how we win.
It's
Yeah,
their turn to be. It's their turn to be afraid.
Exactly.
I think they already are. I mean, judging from Chris and I had the opportunity to speak to one of the reporters working at the Intercept on this body of work right now this afternoon. And it sounds very much like they were very scared of this movement and what we had started in December and what was continuing in February and March. Apparently we're stars in that paperwork as well too. And we're going to continue talking to the Intercept, and we're happy to talk to any other journalists who want to cover this story. This is the news, not the distractions that you guys are getting on mainstream media. This is the news, that a private company is working organically with our federal and state law enforcement agencies doing things that are constitutionally wrong, and everybody seems okay with it. What do we call that, Chris?
Illegal?
Fascism.
Look at that star. Who fights fascism?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are a lot of camps who are getting pressure from groups like the BIA. Henry's writing in as well, the Blackfoot Camp and others.
The Choctaw in Oklahoma.
Choctaw in Oklahoma getting BIA wants to.
Yeah, BIA wants to take over the security for the Choctaw camp in Oklahoma.
Which, when Brian first mentioned to me that earlier this afternoon, I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, why on earth would I use BIA as security when they're 9 times out of 10 the problem to begin with? But hey, we love you too, BIA, just as much as we love you. So, we are at about quarter till the hour, so I'm going to start to wind it down unless you guys have questions. Our group has been chatting to each other and giving each other kudos because we have an amazing group online of keyboard warriors and people who are informed about a lot of different situations. And want to have a contribution. So stay connected to us, stay connected to each other, continue resisting. Brian, want to share something out?
I've got
And so
one
does
last
Anthony.
thing. Anybody who wants to help participate in putting out the information for fundraising, contact me please on Facebook. It's Brian Churchill, and I've got the BSC logo as my profile.
Thank you, Brian. Brian's going to be a big help to us there. And Anthony wanted to mention something as well.
I just found this out last night. So people reached out to me. There's also a camp in New Jersey. It's called the Split Rock Lenape camp. And they're starting to feel a lot of pressure from police out there. People have been arrested. Share it. You know, if all you can do is share it and spread the word, that does more than you know.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Get these people out. Spread that word.
Absolutely. Thank you, Anthony. Sean, did you want to add something else?
Yeah, actually, we talked about this last week, and I'd like to bring it up again. Volunteers.
Yeah.
Interns. I'm talking to you guys specifically. I know that if you are an ag major or a horticulture major or botany or biology or any of those things, you need so many hours of intern work. Come out here, and we will sign off. We'll put you to work.
Yeah.
With the gardens and everything, and you'll earn those credits, those hours.
We're a 501c3 organization, so we can work, and I'm a university recruiter by trade, so I can work with your university to get you the credits and the sign-offs that you need.
Be ready to work.
Be ready to
Put
work.
your work and come out here.
Look
will.
at
They
Ross
will.
looking all mean today.
Just a serious face. Come out, you're working.
Marita also wants to remind the folks that there's a new camp going up in Wayne National Forest
Yes.
in Ohio. And Melissa gave a shout out to the Mahwah, New Jersey folks trying to force the
Marie,
removal of
right?
the teepees.
Marie. That's it.
Marita.
Marita, get with me on the Midwest Facebook page. I can hook you up with some people that are probably going to head that up too. So if you need some help finding some contacts, I know somebody really well that might be able to help you out. So hit me up on the Midwest Facebook page. There's the East Coast too Facebook page up.
There is, we have for volunteers, we have the Veteran Service Corps Volunteer Midwest region that Ross manages. Brandon manages our New England region page, and we have a Virginia page as well for our volunteers. So our community is coming together, and we want to be able to support those of you who are working on other pipelines and other issues. While we're physically here, there's no reason we can't amplify what you're doing and what your needs are to all of our communities, and thereby be stronger. So join up. What everyone has mentioned between the fundraising, the project work that we're doing, volunteers, and amplifying other needs in the region, you can find the information on how to do almost all of that at veteranservicecorps.org. You can roster up there to sign up to come out for a 1, 2, 3 week rotation. Mark Amon says he's looking into PTO to come out and hang with us in August. Mark, baby, yes,
all right,
get your butt out here.
Come on back to Dakota, buddy.
We're in the good Dakota now.
Exactly.
But there's also, you can get more detail about all the projects in Op Eagle. We have 5 different projects going on. All of them could use your support. Any sort of way that you can share, donate, roster up, be a part of what we're doing. Or if you need some help, you can sign up to our media list or our newsletter list. Get in touch with us either through our Facebook page here or through those media lists. I will start actually sending stuff out. And we'll make sure that your stuff is included in there as well. We have an On Watch page on our webpage, that situations that we are watching very closely. And those are important, that, you know, if you share with us what you think is important, we'll share it with our community as well.
Don't be afraid to ask the question either. I mean, hit us up on Facebook if you have a question about anything. We'll try to do the best we can to answer the question.
Okay, so we got, I think it's Tracy or Dave, I'm not sure, but one of our team is commenting in saying, I think I saw a Captain America shield on the wish list.
Yes, you did. Make it, Dave.
So guys, we do have an Amazon wish list, which I always keep forgetting to remember to tell you about. But if you'd like to see your donation and exactly where it goes, those are the supplies, gear, food, and accessories that we need. Someone snuck in the Captain America shield on it. I'm not pointing any fingers. I just have the camera in front of someone and his own coffee mug and toys. So
I did it. I'm sorry.
You didn't notice his shirt?
No, you're not. You're not sorry.
Also
Don't
his
say you're
shirt.
sorry.
Also his shirt. There may be a theme going on here, people. I'm not quite sure.
Well,
Fascist fighter.
I actually think Donnie did it.
All right. Well, we've got a lot of thank yous. We got a lot of giggles, and there's a lot of. Heidi's grandparents were both veterans, and she thanks us for all that we do. This is awesome.
Doing it for you, Heidi.
And you guys, Mark Amon's going to bring the Captain America shield when he comes up. Thank you, Mark. Now you get a deluxe breakfast every day, cooked by Anthony.
That means you're eating at my house. Looking forward to it.
All right.
No cod for you. If you bring a shield, you get an air match.
All right, guys. Thank you again for joining us again. Does everyone want to just say a quick bye to the folks you love? And
Wopila to everybody out there. That means thank you in Lakota. Cody, I love you. We'll be home soon to see you. Everybody else, keep fighting. Keep your head up. Stay strong.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Eyes open, no fear. We're not going to sit back and just take this anymore. Love you, Laura. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Brian.
And I would say goodbye, and we will be victorious. I am sure.
We got Donnie on our team. There's no way we're
That's right, we
losing.
can't lose.
You see the roar in that voice?
Colonel Reese, your guys are comically bad. Bad. It's laughable how sloppy they are. How much money are you charging those poor guys that enter your show?
Sean?
come on out here. I mean, yes, we work hard, but we also have a great time while we're here, and we actually like every night at dinner. So yeah, it's not just all hard work, and it's not all serious. It's worth it in every way, shape, and form, and I can't express it to you adequately enough. This is something you have to experience for yourself.
Yeah.
So please come out.
That's awesome. Thank you. And our quiet little Greg.
Hey, Miniwachoni, these guys are awesome, and Doksha.
Thank you.
Doksha is, until next time.
Doksha. My mama, I love you. My sister, my nephews, all my little homies, my homegirls back home. I love you guys, you know. Don't be afraid to use your voices. You know, you are the future. You need to be heard. And it's up to you guys to straighten stuff out. You know?
We're in this together.
And just one more thing for Colonel Reese, the CEO of Tiger Farm. My unpaid volunteers run circles around your job. You suck, buddy.
And Heidi's asking who's behind the camera, so I'm going to get on film. Hi, everyone. This is Sedef. No, I'm good. I got it. I just want to send a shout out to my friends and family who have been incredibly supportive while I've abandoned my life to come out here on the res with a bunch of crazy vets. This is the best thing I've ever done with my life, and I can't imagine being anywhere else. And the support we get from our community, I'm frontline to. And I'm going to cry because you guys make me happy every day, even the trolls. So
You guys are comic relief.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome, and thank you for everything that you do to support us. Know that we really, really appreciate it, and we know who you are, and we're grateful for everything that you're doing in your pockets and spaces, and we want to do the best we can for you, by you, and with you. So join us, veteranservicecorps.org for more information and joining up. And thank you guys. We love you.
Miniwachoni!
Miniwachoni! Miniwachoni!